They didn't agree because the smaller states weren't getting any, they weren't getting any representation, but the larger states were getting more representation.
Nick was in public schools, and he had resource there. And then when we transferred him over to Green Park, then they decided that the resource would be a good opportunity for him to get a little bit more one-on-one time.
He struggles with math and reading and English and spelling.
She taught me how to read better. She works with you step by step, and if you have any trouble, she can repeat her questions and her answers. And she's a really fun teacher.
We went through his homework in a third of the time of what it used to take us, and these were a lot harder problems.
I can do everything through him who gives me strength.
God wants every child to be given the tools to live up to his or her intellectual, social, and spiritual potential.
Lutheran Association for Special Education began with the dream of parents who wanted a Christian education for their children with special learning needs. In 1956, they kept this promise with the opening of a class for 5 students at Hope Lutheran in the city of St. Louis. Today, nearly 200 students receive direct services. Nearly 1,000 preschool children are screened annually, and hundreds of other students benefit from consultations provided by special education professionals.
We have a huge opportunity here to preach the good news and be a Christ with skin on.
That I know I'll go to heaven, and that, Lord, if I do anything bad, I can pray and ask for forgiveness and I'll be forgiven.
There's this boy up in our class, and I get really bad at him sometimes. And then I say, "Dear God, please help me." I talk to him through my heart. Jesus helped me to forgive him and not hurt him.
Coming here to Lutheran High, learning about God and Jesus, it put me closer to God, and I wanted to get baptized.
He and his mom, though, decided to join a local church out here, and he was baptized here in front of the whole school during chapel one day.
The promise of Lutheran special education is to meet the spiritual and academic needs of children who learn differently. And it starts with early childhood screenings.
Really, the ministry is twofold. One is to identify those preschoolers who may be at risk for speech, language, or learning difficulties. And the other portion of that ministry is to support early childhood directors, teachers, and parents.
Special education really at that point wasn't on our mind because the other school had said, it's developmental, she'll pick it up, don't worry about it. And then the minute they did the evaluations here, obviously we received word that she needed speech therapy.
We can go into the schools and identify these children, support the teachers, support the parents, get them to early intervention services. Then when they enter kindergarten and first grade, they're going to be so much better at reading and spelling and all the other academic things that they have to take on.
I think the teachers here and the staff have all been very helpful with getting her to the help that she needed.
In the homework that she had to do for this, it really laid out for us, okay, this is what we need to do each night to help her, and we got to see the progress along with it.
In 1997, Lutheran Association for Special Education created the Jeremiah program. The program offers a modified curriculum, individualized instruction, and life skills training while including students in regular class and extracurricular activities.
He struggled in a lot of classes, and his experience with the bigger schools, the kids were teased him. He didn't make friends.
Kids at this school are a lot nicer than they were because I make a lot more friends.
He's following through, he's getting his homework in to where, he's getting more organized with himself.
He's made honor roll every quarter that he's been here.
He's been unbelievable. He's been very instrumental in the leadership on this team of us going 7-1.
Since this year, I've been getting more better because I've been trained a lot.
His self-esteem has just skyrocketed.
For some, the tuition for much-needed special education services is prohibitive. Scholarship funds are provided to ensure that all who are in need receive this necessary education.
Caitlin ended up coming to King Glory because there was a lot of problems
It was really different. I was getting beat up every day on the bus, and well, after 2 weeks I just transferred because I couldn't handle it anymore.
I'm a single parent, so everything's on me. I do get a little assistance from the school, but most of it's for me, which I can't deny my daughter's education.
King of Glory Lutheran School does serve many families who are in a lower income range. So for us to be able to provide the special ed services, we need assistance with that too.
Approximately 10 to 15% of any student population has special education learning needs. We estimate that only about half of the students in the Lutheran schools have these special needs identified and are receiving special education support. This underserved population of students presents Lutheran special education with an incredible opportunity for ministry.
We would like to reach more schools. At this point in time, the problem is manpower.
These are kids and teachers that probably have the least level of support and resources. We're somewhat limited because we're not in buildings every single day.
They can get frustrated by their own inability to keep up with the rest of the class, and then they kind of shut down, and then learning stops.
Without the extra attention, I think she would actually be quitting school.
She would be in 3rd grade and would have given up and said, I can't do it. It would have been very dramatic and very terrible for her.
I would not think we would want to have a school if we cannot provide those services. They are an essential, they are not an extra.
That's why I see the efficiencies of Lutheran Association, where the loving and the giving that you get is phenomenal.
I really thank God for Lutheran Association for Special Ed and the services it provides. I couldn't see myself at a school that wasn't able to tell the children and the families about Jesus Christ and His saving grace for us.
The goal of Keeping the Promise is to expand services to children with special learning needs. We will accomplish this by building a permanent endowment to ensure that more preschool children will be screened for developmental concerns. The Jeremiah program will be expanded. Certified speech and language pathologists will work with students on communication skills, and additional scholarships will be available so all who are in need receive special education services.
It's at this time of our greatest opportunity that we all can partner in using this vehicle of ministry to impact the life of a child. When you partner with us, you help keep a promise of hope, help, and opportunity for these children of promise. Jesus calls us to be compassionate to those in need. Please join us and answer His call to meet the needs of children in the St. Louis Lutheran schools.
I have seen tremendous growth with Zach. He has also made application to Lewis and Clark Technical School.
What I want to do is become a college wrestler and a carpenter like my father, because it's been a lot of fun being with my dad and working with him.
So we'd like him to see him exceed and to be able to do that.
Pursue what he wants to do.
Yeah. And have a normal life.
That's right.